I mean, I've even had some on the Giants, and they slide in my DMs, and all their posts are with their wife and kids, and these big, long, like religious posts. And when they slide in my DMs, I immediately go and I start liking all of their photos with their wives and their kids and everything. I'm like, because I want them to see, like, that I see you.
Your wardrobe screams fatherless. You have more trust in that top side than people. How was your relationship with your father? Just saying, why did you get the attention you wanted?
You need Jesus. That's offensive. Welcome back, everyone, to That's Offensive. It is Daddy Deelz in the building with co-host Damon Dye, Spencer Michael Barrick. We have Richelle Ryan here with us.
Hi.
Wow, we got a stunner in the studio today.
Oh yeah. My goodness. You are a smooth talker. How long have you been in porn and you're still a smooth talker?
I'm still here, so I guess I'm doing something right.
I have yet to hear one thing bad about him. Oh, that's when you know someone's like a good person.
You're like Switzerland. You just get along with everyone.
Actually, I went to Switzerland for the first time this past year. Beautiful place, by the way.
Yeah.
Because the Switzerland has all the banks, so people, they're not going to fuck with the country that has the banks.
Very true.
So
I'm pretty sure I bought promo from you a few times, right? Like Instagram Shout Out Express.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's how I think we follow each other.
Ah, okay.
So Shout Out Express, everyone, because I have like not the biggest Instagram, but OnlyFans.
Yes.
is where I thrive. So let's ask you the offensive questions of the week.
Dun, 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 dun.
If your body count was only the men who made you come, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Maybe like 5.
And you do porn, right?
Yeah.
You do mainstream and they still don't make you come?
It's what I always say is that it's not about our orgasm.
Yeah.
It's if the viewer, the people that are paying or even watching it on, the free streaming sites, as long as they're getting their orgasm, it's not easy to get off in porn, to be honest with you.
Interesting, because I asked Johnny yesterday if he was actually making girls come or if he wasn't. He's like, no, I think they are. Like, they're squirming, stuff like that. But I'm like...
Johnny Sins?
Castle.
No, Johnny Castle.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. I saw him on there.
Yeah. But when I talk to almost all of the girls who I've interviewed who do mainstream porn, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm faking.
Yeah.
we like to think that we're making them come. Come on, don't ruin it for us.
You know what it is? It's that it's like, for me, women, we have to get there so early to go through hair and makeup. We're starving. I don't eat before my scenes. Maybe just
skinny.
Like a little bit. And I'm like, ugh. And you're fucking in uncomfortable positions. Like, how am I going to have an orgasm in reverse cowgirl?
And we're just like rolling out of bed. We're like, all right, we ready yet?
No, you're doing it, guys. Like the real deal ones like you. Like, you're probably working out and eating properly and doing everything you need to.
Yeah.
It's hard, though. I need smother sex to have like a good orgasm.
So have you fucked Damon?
Yeah.
So did he make you come?
I don't know. It was so long ago.
It's been a while. It's been a few years.
It's been a long time.
I don't know, let's put Damon on the spot right now.
She was one of my first scenes, probably like 2015.
I was? For Just Dave.
Just Dave. We shot it in the studio, and I was doing you were doing my laundry or something. I think you're my stepmom, probably.
Yes. Yes. Wow, I didn't know that was one of your first scenes.
Yeah, it was one of my first scenes. That was my first year. Yeah. Good. You were like one of the first like big porn stars I shot with. So like that was a big moment for me. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Is she one of the girls that you're like, oh my God, I've been watching her for years?
Yeah, she was definitely one of the legends for sure. No, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I was like low key, like text my friends, like I'm shooting with Richelle Ryan.
I got it.
Even though she's a Giants fan, we'll let that one slide. But
here he goes.
Is that baseball?
Say that again?
Is that baseball?
No.
Football.
New York Giants.
New York Giants.
Football.
There's a Giants baseball team. So yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
He's a Commanders
Sports.
fan, so you don't count.
I came on her Giants tattoo. I was like, you like that?
Right there.
There's video of it.
I know. Go look at their OnlyFans. Or can it be on your OnlyFans if it was mainstream?
No, we wish.
I'm gonna start just ripping clips from like my old scenes and put them on OnlyFans. Tell the companies fuck off.
Right.
Yeah,
it's free publicity for them anyway. So it's like
you would think they'd want it.
Yeah, they've made enough money off our backs, so they can throw us a bone.
They do.
All right. I like to ask people this because like I feel like people always think that social media people think they're perfect or like the most confident people ever. So what are you the most self-conscious about? Well, for me, it's like my weight 1,000%. So I like to ask people to like, humanize you a little bit.
Oh my goodness. I could really go off on this topic, but if I had to pick one thing, it's probably my voice. sometimes when I re-listen to interviews, I'm like, oh God, I sound horrible, or why'd I say that? Or I start nitpicking. So I try not to.
Yeah.
I go on D&D a lot. I will get off social media. I feel like you have to.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I've had
they'll just take a clip or something, and it's like twisted around a little bit, and I'm like, I didn't mean it that way, but they'll just totally twist it around. So
What I meant to say was.
do
you think you're going to hell for doing sex work?
Am I what?
Do you think you're going to hell for doing sex work?
No. I think I'm going to go to hell for other things.
What are these other things?
Oh God.
What are the other things?
Things I can't mention on here. I'm going to go to hell for that.
Do you think dick size matters?
Okay, I've talked about this before. I'm 1,000% not a size queen. I love average dick.
Okay, I love average dick too.
So much. But do you know the size of an average dick?
Okay, it's like 5 inches, right?
Yes, 5.5. The length of a Sharpie. And
I didn't know that was
the length of a Sharpie is the average size cock, 5.5 inches. I love average guys. And people don't believe me, but no chick, I mean, at least for me, I do not want to fuck an 8-inch dick every single night. The big
Imagine having to fuck a 12-inch dick Imagine being married to like Dread or something like that.
Yeah, you know, the first time
you're gonna need a wheelchair to leave your apartment.
Yes. The first time I met him, I was like, there's no way you can be in a relationship, or like you have to be in an open relationship. Because if that was my guy, I'd be like, have fun.
Yeah, like please fuck someone else so that we can.
I don't want that.
Or you have to be really into anal, because I heard anal feels good with him, but like vaginal sex doesn't.
That's scary.
His dick's bigger than a champagne bottle.
It is. And it's crazy. He's the nicest guy in the world.
That's what I've heard.
He's so nice. He's a gentle giant is what I like to call him. But that thing is.
I saw an interview that he did where he's like, a lot of people like to see me fuck like tiny girls. But he's like, also for some reason, tiny girls can take his dick the best.
Yes. You probably know that too. Like
tiny girls surprisingly have deep vaginas.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're loose, but like tiny girls surprisingly like
deep.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've noticed that.
It's just like you think like thick girls with a big thick booty or something, you know, like they can take it. It's like
yeah, the little girls are some, I don't know. I want to study this more. I'm curious about like little people too. Like that's on my bucket list. I haven't done that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Little person. Yeah.
Okay.
I've had sex with like short girls.
Yeah.
Like CJ Miles. She's like what 4'7", but like not like a official little person.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that's definitely on my bucket list. My fucking list.
Oh my gosh.
My cervix maxes out at like 9 inches. It's like can't do more than that.
I swear the older I get, the shorter. I want like 4 inches and I'm good.
So like someone just like shot on me for like shaming, but I'm like, you know, there's a lot of men who say they're like insecure about their dick size. Like, but if you're like about 5-6 inches, I don't think girls complain about that. But like, if
any
you
shorter, come in my DMs. Short to mama.
You like the short ones?
Yes, not short men.
No, like 3 inches. Like 3 inches, you'd like.
3 inches. I don't think 3 inches. Yeah, it's not.
3 inches is
unless they're
tough.
like that thick. That might do
that's
something.
still not even fun.
That's a chode right there.
Yeah, like 5, 4.5, 5. I'm good.
That's good. Yeah. We're not shaming majority of men out there. I don't even think we're shaming anyone. It's just like preferences. I don't want to get canceled, and I like got mini canceled because of Ryan's podcast, but it's fine.
Little dick ass motherfuckers.
It's people just feeling insecure and projecting. It's like
that's exactly what it is.
It's like if I'm not going in people's DMs being like, you have a tiny dick or you look like you have a tiny, like who does that in the first place? But men are in our DMs being like, maybe mine, they're like, you look like you have a loose vagina. And it's like,
oh my gosh.
But here, it doesn't really relate to me, so I don't care.
I
don't get offended.
Will say anything just to get a reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, they
just want your
whatever
attention.
it is, they just want your attention. And I'm like, all right, so I'm not giving you all my attention.
Yeah. Would you rather be fingered and eaten out for the rest of your life, but you lose dick forever, or just have dick?
Oh, just have dick.
You love dick?
I do. I love a good finger bang. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Love a good finger bang, but I love dick more.
That's fair.
You're in the right biz.
Yes.
Okay, so off the bat, I saw you fucked your best friend's son.
I did.
Let's get into that. And you're still friends, so this is juicy.
Yeah, it was So it was a military guy. And it wasn't the military guy that I posted on my Instagram where he invited me to the Marine Corps ball. It was a different guy. But she's cool. She's really open. She was kind of like the porn star that was never a porn star.
Okay.
And her son is hot. He's like 26. He's in the Army, good military guy. And he was home. I think I don't know where he was stationed before. He was in Germany. And then he was getting ready to go to Arizona. And anyhow, she brought him to my house one night, like a sacrificial lamb. and I think she, like, obviously she knew that, like, bringing my house, I was like, I'm going to fuck the shit out of him. And it was funny, too, because I remember it was pouring rain that night. And she was like, all right, she's like, well, if he gets on your nerves, just send him in an Uber home. And I was, like, back to her house. And it was funny because we went, like, 3 rounds. And then I think when he finally tapped out, he was like, just jumped in the bed with me. And I was like, oh, fuck. He wants to stay the night. And normally I'm not a fan of like sleepovers, but like he was just really nice and we were vibing. And I was like, all right, you could stay the night. And then we were going at it like the next morning. Finally, she texted me. She was like, can you please bring my son home? She was like, I want to spend time with him before he goes off to Arizona. And I was like, all right, I'll drop him off.
I'd like to thank you for supporting our troops. That's very gracious of you.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Troops. No, I am a huge supporter of our troops,
Damn
definitely.
Right. So tell us about your experience. So you went to the Marine Corps ball?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was something that was always on my bucket list. I mean, the Marine Corps ball, it's such a prestigious event. And it was one of my fans, of course, young guy, he was 23.
Ooh, so you fuck your fans?
No, I didn't fuck him.
Okay.
Honest to God, that night I did not fuck him. I tapped out because I'm an old lady. It was like 10 o'clock at night. It was like 10:30. And I could tell like they wanted to get out of their uniforms. And he was like, I met this bartender the last time I was in Vegas at Caesars. I want to go see him. And the event was being held at the Paris. And I was like, okay, he's probably not at Caesars anymore bartending. Like, let's hang out here. And there were so many people that were at the Paris just, watching it. I mean, it's amazing. Such an amazing event. So I was like, I don't really want to do shots of vodka like anymore. I'm kind of tired myself. And they wanted to get out of their uniforms to go party. And I was like, all right, see you later. But no, it was an amazing event. I was really surprised. I was thinking there was going to be some oldies like around my age, 37, 38. The age range was like 18 to 23, which I was like, wow.
Yeah, because most of the Marines come right out of high school, they're college, like they're young 20s.
I mean, I was literally the adult at the dinner table. You sit down, it's a plated meal, but these kids are like down there, like hitting their vapes, and they were just wanting to get fucked up. And I was like, no phones at the table. Put the vape down. But, they were very respectful. Like, they stood attention. You do not disrespect the flag. They were just, very well-mannered in that sense, but they were just wanting to party. But
awesome.
It was a great experience.
As they should.
Did a lot of the Marine boys be like, oh my God, it's Richelle Ryan?
Yeah, it was cool. But you know what? I was expecting it and I was fine with it. I had an incredible time. And now I'm getting my DMs are like, will you go to my Army ball, the Navy one, and, my baseball formal. I went to that one because it was in Vegas. I did not have to get on a plane.
Well, there's 4 branches of military, so you got the Marines down. Might as well get the, hit the Triple Crown.
I think the Marines and the Navy, they do it together.
Okay.
Yeah, they do it together because I met some seamen. I met some seamen there that night. And then, then the Army does one. And I think the Air Force, I would assume they would do
Army,
one
Air
too.
Force, Navy, they're all like doing their own little thing.
Yep. I loved it.
So do you consider...
And she's got her camo too. It's perfect.
I do.
On topic.
I love my military guys. I do anything for them if I can. Not like mercy fucks, but...
Do you think a lot of them are like manipulated to sign like a long fucking contract at a young age?
No, I think they know what they're getting into.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe back in the day in like World War I and II, they definitely were. But now I think they know what they're getting into.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah. You
a lot of them, it's for school and like the GI benefits and everything.
Yeah, they get free school, free college, free medical.
everything.
Yeah, a lot
It's
of
amazing.
good benefits to it. Yeah.
Okay.
One of my guy friends was in the army, and you also get more money too when you get married. And he was like, please marry me. And I was like, no, I'm good. Find somebody else.
Yeah, you can like live off base if you get married.
Yes, you can live off base. You get whoever you marry, you'll have like amazing health care. And I was like, well, I can afford health care coverage. I'm good.
Actually, so the wives of military men can get as much plastic surgery as they want.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
talk to Kaylee Gunner
Kaylee
about
Gunner got a
it.
boob job from the
the
army.
Oh,
military.
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you can get free work done.
Shit.
It's awesome.
Maybe I should have married him 10 years ago.
Would you consider yourself a cougar?
I'm very much so a cougar.
So, okay.
Wow.
I've heard this from a lot of cougars that like they have the best sex with young men.
Yes.
But in my experience, like as a 25-year-old, if I'm fucking another 25-year-old, I feel like the sex is usually pretty mediocre. So why do you think the 25-year-olds like put in more effort with cougars than they do with like people their age?
What I like is usually when I'm with, I'd say 9 times out of 10 when I'm with a younger man.
Mm-hmm.
And technically a cougar is 10 years older than her mate. So
Okay.
Yeah.
25 to 28 is kind of like my sweet spot.
Yeah.
But they're very honest. They're nervous. They're scared. They're like, I don't know what to do. I've never been with an older woman, let alone a porn star. They're really fucking scared. And I like it. I like being able to teach them. Like sometimes I'll masturbate in front of them just to kind of like warm them up and just let them feel comfortable. And then whatever happens, happens. And sometimes usually like if I'm fucking a guy, like a young guy the first time, sometimes they're so scared they can't get hard. They're like, to them, like they're coming in my house where I have all my awards set up. And they're walking past that to get to my bedroom. And they're like,
Your dogs are mean. Like,
oh, yeah. 'Cause my little guy is so fucking aggressive.
He's pretty
crazy.
protective, isn't he?
Yeah, he's yes. I'm a Frenchie mama. Yeah, they're a little crazy, but I like it that they're just open and honest. So like, I've never been with an older woman, let alone a porn star, and they're scared. And I'm like, well, let's experiment. Let's play around, and I can teach them, and that's fun to me. And I think, you probably know too. It's always fun when you get to be the alpha, the one that like teaches and.
I know exactly what she's saying. When I was a younger adult star working with these porn stars, I was a little shook too. Like when we first shot, I'm like, just being brand new, working with these experienced pros that I used to watch and jerk off to. I'm like, you get a little shook being a young guy and being with an older woman.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a learning curve. So I see exactly what she's talking about. Yeah.
And now it's funny because the guys that are coming into porn are like, oh, I was watching you. And I'm like, really? Like, you're 18. Calm down a little bit. It's crazy. And they're nervous. And usually, like, I try to have a room away from the male talent because men are they get in their heads. And I know you've talked about the Mamba mentality and all that. And it's so true. Men will they get in their heads, and once they do, it's game over.
Yeah. So Spencer has a theory that you either got it or you don't when it comes to like eating pussy and fucking. But I feel like it's a teachable skill to men.
Yeah, I think it's teachable.
Yeah, because in your experience, you've like taught them to like.
Oh, yeah. I've been with a few where I've taught them, and now they're good.
They're good.
Now they
You
fuck
train them good. Yeah.
You went through boot camp with me, so you're good.
Pussy boot camp.
How do you train them to be in boot camp without like hurting their feelings or like without? I mean, obviously communication is so important.
So important.
But how do you like not hurt their feelings? Like that doesn't feel good.
I would never hurt their feelings. Like if you're hand selected to come to the cougar cave, I would never. And I'm not a mean person. I would sometimes I do have to put my foot down, but I'm not an asshole. It's all on the vibe and stuff like that. I mean, I warm them up. I make sure they feel comfortable. And, if they can't, I just tell them, I'm like, hey, 9 times out of 10, a guy is never getting hard the first time he's with me. Or he'll get, it's like up and down. They get in their heads too much.
Do you have them ever take like boner pills?
Oh my gosh, no. Usually we're drinking and stuff like that. And
the alcohol sometimes could be an inhibitor, especially, you drink a little too much, you get a whiskey dick.
Oh, I will never let them get too fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't want whiskey.
Yeah, you get a couple drinks in, like loosen up. But if you drink a little too much, not a good thing.
But even though guys that I've messed around with in the military, they're trained professional alcoholics.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Those guys can function.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can give the sloppy whiskey dick and still get hard. God bless our military men.
So when you're teaching them, so you'll kind of like use your vibrator, show them like a what feels good. What else do you try to teach them?
I masturbate in front of them and I tell them to watch. I'm like, sit there and watch and see what's getting me off and what I like.
Just study me.
Yeah.
And then as far as fucking, how do you teach them how to fuck better?
I mean, it all depends. Like some guys, they want to be like the rabbit, like the thruster and go, go, go. And I'm like, sit down. Like, just fucking lay there. Like, let me do the work. And it's usually me on top. And I'm like, I like that smother sex because I just feel like I'll breathe in their ear, I'll bite their ear, I'll whisper to them and just talk to them. And it kind of like calms them down a little bit. But I think men think like harder, faster, it's better. It's like, no.
It depends on the girl. I like to fuck to dubstep because it sets the beat of like 140 BPM.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, but it's like the most fun when you do doggy. Like if you're if you're on top, it's a lot harder because it's like, okay, it might slip out or something and like go in your asshole if you're like trying to like go fast. It doesn't really happen that often in doggy.
Very true.
So it's like when I'm on top, it's definitely slower, but it's like.
And that's the thing you're talking about, the smother sex. That's stuff we can't do in porn shoots. We can't have smother sex because when you're laying on top of the person you're having sex with, you can't see. You can't see the penetration. You can't see the sex.
Yeah.
So in porn sex, we can't do that.
Okay, so smother sex is like when they're kind of like laying on you, right?
It's just
close. Yeah,
like,
we just can't. We can't do that.
Where you can like just kiss and bite and just dirty talk and
That's why like at home sex is usually better for most of us because we can do that. We can like connect. We can't. It's not just like doing it for the angles, doing these crazy acrobatic positions that aren't real life.
And we don't really have much time to like get worked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you're
I need
there's not like exactly. Yeah.
I need a bit of a build up from my partner. Like Lucas Frost is one of my favorite guys to shoot with.
Yeah.
And it's like I sometimes don't get enough chance to have a build up because it's like, oh, well, you got to do pretty girl photos. Then you got to film the pickup and you got to do this and you're all over where it's like.
Next thing you know, it's like, all right, have sex.
Sex. It's like, can I have 10 minutes alone with you guys to like fuck me a little bit before? Like, you know, something we don't get that.
Mm-hmm. So do you like sex at home better too than
oh my God, yes.
Okay.
It's night and day for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It's night and day.
So when you fuck men your own age, do you not feel that same connection?
I don't really go after guys my age. I personally don't like men my age.
Yeah.
I feel that men are alphas. And so then they get with someone like me where I'm like, hey, I just need you for loyalty and dick. And they're just kind of like, whoa, they don't like it. They want to be the alpha, and so do I. I want to be daddy too. Yeah. I want to be daddy. Call me daddy.
So I saw that you like men eating your booty hole.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh my God. So what sensations do you feel and how is it different from like guys eating your pussy?
I mean, I love both. I love being able to smother the guys.
Yeah.
And I like being able to have sex, especially at home, like freely. Like, let's just go at it. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to sit on your face and spin around, you're not going to like, you know, you're not opposed to it. I love it all.
I'm having serious flashbacks right now of her sitting on my face. I'm seeing it right now.
I love it. I love smothering guys.
I'm reliving that moment right now.
Yeah, it's fun. I love smothering.
Oh my gosh.
Face smothering, smother sex, all of it.
Sit on me till I can't breathe anymore. Like I'm turning purple. I gotta tap out.
I've done that to guys where they're like, hey, tap it out. Or they lose a contact lens because I'm like, wiggling my ass so hard. They're like, all right, get off me.
I know, I do. I remember like my friend was having me, I was eating her out. It was like a line of us and we were like having like a pussy eating train kind of thing.
Ooh.
And when I was eating her out, she was making it so I couldn't breathe. And here's the thing, I'm not like an experienced pussy eater. It's like I haven't even hooked up with a girl in like a year, almost a year. So it's like, she was maybe like the third girl I'd ever eaten out and I like couldn't breathe and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not doing great. I don't know what I'm doing.
Throw her off you.
Yeah. I like kept going like,
it's okay. I'm not a good pussy eater either. I don't know what to do with chicks, really.
I'm good if I can focus a lot on just her. Yeah. But it's like, I say good. Like, I could be great, but I haven't had the practice. Like, I feel like if I had a consistent dick where it's like I could practice blowjob skills, I could become great. but I
Let's
just
hang
don't
out tonight
practice.
then.
Yeah.
Tonight we'll go out.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll be nervous though. It's been a long time.
Oh, it's okay. I like to train.
Yeah, you like to train. Tell me what's good. Oh my god, I'd like to be dom.
All right,
She's gonna be your daddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell that I'm submissive?
Yes. I like being submissive with some men. The right guy has to be like someone who I feel like can like dom me and I can be submissive too.
Yeah. Do you like to be a little brat? Like they can be dom, but then you'll like
be bratty? Maybe.
It's like if they're choking you, do you try to choke them back?
No. Sometimes like when I'm writing, maybe a little bit, but I want to get choked where I'm like gonna pass out. That's a good feeling.
Do you ever worry if it's like a one-time hookup, like if you're drunk and you meet a guy at a bar or something and you guys are about to have your booty hole ate, like, are you ever just worried like, fuck, I didn't prepare for this. I did not plan my booty hole for this. I did not use an enema. I did not finger my butthole in the shower.
Oh my goodness. I must be getting old and maturing because it's been a long time since I've met a guy out and I'm like, yeah, come home with me. Let's do this. But usually I always find a way to sneak off to the bathroom and make sure everything is perfect and then go.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was in college, like I never even realized this till after I started like taking hardcore nudes.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh my God, there's like little pieces of toilet paper by my butthole. I'm like, how many guys have I fucked where there's toilet paper? And I didn't realize till I started hardcore taking nudes and spreading my asshole. And I'm like, how many guys saw toilet paper in my asshole?
I love it.
Us professionals, we're doing appointments. It's not random. We're taking,
Yeah.
we're making appointments. Like, all right, put that on the schedule, in the calendar.
Yeah. That's how like the
Pencil me in.
Literally, it was maybe like a couple months ago. This young guy that I'm banging, he plays, I won't say what college team, but he hit me up and he hit me up at 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, you do not hit a 37-year-old woman up at 10 p.m. I was literally in my sweats, hair in a bun, face serum on, half a bottle of wine deep. And I was like, I wanted dick 3 hours ago, not at 10 o'clock at night. No, like, come on now.
You know, in college, I feel like people would try to booty call me at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I'm like, that's when I wake up.
Right?
That is when I would wake up back in the day. Like, I'm not going to be... No, just why can't it be earlier? Like, why can't we pregame?
5 in the morning. God.
Yeah. I love morning sex is
Morning sex is sick.
Oh.
But also, if they're drunk and you're sober, the vibes are weird.
Oh, yeah. Morning sex. I was dating this guy. I love athletes. And that was kind of our schedule. He was a morning guy and I'm an early bird old cougar. So I like it in the morning and it just sets the tone for the day.
My favorite thing used to be like pre-gaming with a guy, like when I was in college, pre-gaming, having sex during the pre-game. So it's like if he wanted to stay out way later than me,
you already got
my dick.
You already got it.
But then other guys, like some guys will think, oh, if we're fucking this early on, then she thinks like some guys equate that to like thinking that we're dating or something like that. Or she wants to date me because we're having sex beforehand. Like we're planning on having sex beforehand instead of being a booty call.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, men just...
Yeah. And confuse me too some days.
Like if someone planned that out, would like your brain would automatically think, oh, she's trying to go on a date with me. No, we're trying to fuck.
I mean, if we were going to dinner first, but if we're just
something like that, that would be very like a date.
Yeah.
If you guys are downing Jose Cuervo to fuck before you go out...
That's not a date.
That is not a date.
I prefer to do it when I'm fresh and not drunk, and like, I'm able to like give sufficient dick and not like sloppy drunk dick.
I'm better when I'm drunk. I'm a lot more confident. So
if you have a penis for a day, you'll learn that.
Yeah.
There's limits to
the whiskey dick.
Yeah.
So with being a cougar, what age do you consider it grooming and inappropriate to go for a man? Like, what age is your?
I don't like any guy under the age of 21 because I like to drink with them, and even like 21, I feel like is still a little too young for me because I'm like, unless you're an athlete or in the military, I'm like, I can't talk to you about anything.
Yeah, like what can we relate on?
Talk about? Like, there's nothing. I'm like, yeah, I can't talk to you about it. 25 to 28 is the sweet spot.
It is not for me. But
like, no.
I don't even know what my sweet spot is because it's like I really want like the goofiest tall and skinny man, but it's really hard to find someone who's like golden retriever energy and really confident with themselves. It's like a lot of the men I meet, you can just tell off the bat that they're insecure, they're possessive, they're turned on by an OnlyFans girl, but they're not actually. They don't want you doing OnlyFans. It's like so weird, the contradiction.
Yeah.
Do you run into that a lot?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, because it's kind of, I mean, it's hard to date if you like a men like that, but good thing is I don't.
You're like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's this stigma like, oh, you're an OnlyFans girl. And it's like, I'm just like, I don't get it. It's 2023 for fuck's sake. Like, come
my
on.
Uber driver and I last night or yesterday coming here got in like a little tiff because he's like, it's gross when girls have a high body count. And I was like,
oh, come on. But guys can, and it's okay for them.
I said, what's your body? How many bodies do you have? And he's like, that doesn't matter. It's gross when a woman does it. And I was like, well, that's misogyny. And then I started recording and posted the clip on my TikTok.
Oh my God, amazing.
Because I'm like, it was just so weird to tell someone, I'm like pretty feminist. I'm pretty pro sex work. I told them that the point of my podcast is to kind of, one, humanize sex works, but also like normalize conversations like this. So it's not like fucking weird. And yeah, it's funny, it's raunchy, but it's like, you know, women should feel comfortable having sex if they want to have sex.
I think as long as you're safe about it and having safe, good, clean, consensual sex, what is wrong with that?
What is wrong with that? It's like men want you to be great at sucking dick, but they don't want you to have experience to be good at sucking dick.
And it's always, what I find is it's always the religious people or, you know what I mean? That are like, ew, but I'm like, you guys are the ones that are all watching my porn.
Or the
or committing adultery or whatever. It's just.
Yeah. The Andrew Tate supporters too. I don't even know if they're religious, but they like to feel like they're better than women. And in an age where like OnlyFans is like the first profession ever where women blow men out of the water with like how much money they make, and men feel so insecure because that's the only value that a lot of men have ever brought to the table.
It's
that they're
older men. It's older men, not younger guys.
Some younger guys.
Oh,
it depends.
okay.
If they watch Andrew Tate, they're like that. But it's like, I don't know, like even guys at my college, a lot of them are like, oh yeah, like you're an OnlyFans porn star now. Like they make fun of me ruthlessly in group chats.
Oh God.
But like, who cares?
Let me talk to those boys.
I know. You can
Let me talk to them.
You can get them right. You can train them.
Yeah, 100%. Let me have a little chat with the boys.
Richelle, the fans want to know who fucks better, NFL guys or NBA guys?
I haven't been with enough, and like I've only been with maybe like 2 NBA guys. I like NFL.
NFL, that's your bread and butter right there.
I love football players. I love, especially the college athletes. I love them. Oh my gosh. Like AJ Barner, sup? I've been in his DMs.
Do you
so hot.
agree that all NBA players cheat? Almost all, like 99%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, get it, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're all those guys are pigs. And you know when they do that? I mean, I've even had some on the Giants. And they slide in my DMs and all their posts are with their wife and kids and these big, long, like religious posts. And when they slide in my DMs, I immediately go and I start liking all of their photos with their wives and their kids and everything. I'm like, because I want them to see like,
that
I see you. And like, I'm not going to out them, like, especially a Giant. I'm like, no, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But
if it was the Cowboys, you might expose them.
I'd be all over that.
Let me.
Oh yes, I'm on you. I am on to you.
Do you think most baseball players cheat?
I've never been with a pro baseball player.
Yeah, I feel like NFL I feel like is one of the better.
Yeah, they're the dirty dogs. I don't know. They're all
bad.
Dogs. Yeah, I think it's just because I don't know. They just feel
they
like,
travel all the time. They get lonely. Like there's a lot of DJs too. Because I know DJs.
Okay.
I don't know sports, but it's like some DJs cheat or have to be in open relationships because they're like traveling alone is like
if you're on the road.
Yeah, but if you got a good bitch holding you down, I mean, there's ways around it. Have FaceTime sex, jerk off, like bigger panties, sniffer panties. Like
I do feel like men who do that, it's always a reflection about how they feel with themselves. Like if they're cheating, and lying and being schemy, they're so insecure.
Right.
But men, I mean, with you, it's like you would tell a woman like, I am doing this, right? I feel like you're very open and honest with communication.
Yeah, I'm
like
straight
I'm
up.
fucking this woman.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
you-
this woman.
Straight up.
Like, I'm gonna go fuck this bitch. But even like
But that's so respectful.
the rapper 2 Chainz, he talks about his wife all the time. He loves her. He brings her. I mean, she may not go to like every single tour, but I'm like, he doesn't seem like the type that would cheat. I mean, maybe he does. I could be wrong. I could be fooled.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a whole thing he's putting on, but you know, he could. He's got plenty of groupies.
Yeah.
I feel like athletes, they just could get so much free pussy from groupies. And I don't know. I'm over that. I'm like, give me all the college boys.
Yeah.
They're single. They're better. Like, they're hot. I don't want you oldies.
Yeah. So I read.
Unless it's Grunk. Well, he's retired.
Gronk.
Yeah.
Oh, Gronk.
And Jimmy G. I recently slid in his DMs.
But Gronk is
Jimmy,
still
welcome
with,
to Vegas, buddy.
yes, welcome to
Welcome to Vegas.
Answer your DM from me.
Gronk is still with Camille, right?
Yeah, she's hot. And I don't go after the
She's
ones.
hot.
Unless they
Yeah.
want like a unicorn, I'll jump in. But
Oh.
yeah, I don't like doing that sneaky shit. I don't want his
Yeah.
dick that bad.
So I saw that you say that you're jealous if like men like it can't be open on the men's side. Like they have to be loyal to just you. Is that right?
If I'm in a relationship, yes.
Okay.
And it's all about having, I guess, certain boundaries and stuff. I was in a relationship for a while, and we were in a committed relationship, and there was definitely healthy boundaries that were set in place. And,
Yeah.
you know, then we're committed to each other. There's no fooling around, no sneaking around, no hookups, no none of that. We were very, you know, committed to each other. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're just fucking,
But if I'm
it's
just
fair
fucking,
game.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't give a shit what you do.
So when you're in a relationship, wait. So did you say that you don't like threesomes, or you do?
Oh,
You were like you didn't want threesomes with another girl, but you'd be. Was that what you said?
I just think it's not fair because this was always something that was, I feel, a problem. It's like, okay, it's fair for you. I'll give you a 3-way, but I want one. But I'm not really into women so much. I know. But I want one with 2 guys. Why can't I get that? I used to get so mad because I couldn't get it.
Yeah, a lot of men. Yeah,
They're
David
very
over
like,
here.
they're like, oh, it's gay, or they let their egos get involved. And, you know, and I'm just like, whatever. Well, then guess what? You're not going to get a 3-way because I'm not really into vagina. So.
And you want me to eat you out later?
No. I have to be, you know.
I'll jump in leaving things out.
There we go. I don't really go after, pursue, women so much, but, men I am.
Yeah. No, I was going to say because Damon and Johnny Castle.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Will you be down?
You know, I have
Let's go.
never shot
Yeah.
content with Johnny Castle. Can you believe that?
Really?
Swear to God.
Wow.
He was telling me he worked 7 days a week for years.
Oh, yeah. He was one of the first people I met. When I got my very first day in porn, I met him.
That is crazy because if I go live, my limit for going live a week on OnlyFans is 2 times a week, and then I'm burnt out sexually. I'm I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
And that is 4 hours a week, let alone fucking for hours and hours.
Yeah, men have the hardest job in porn. 100% you guys do. Hats off to the men in porn. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
It's a hard job.
Yeah, you guys literally have to get your dick hard.
Have to.
We're just there
You guys can chill. Girls can skate by for the most part. You know, I'm not saying there's no effort involved, but the women can skate by in the industry a little bit.
Yeah. Guys, I'm like, whew, you got it. Tough.
Yeah.
Some days.
What are some the healthy boundaries that you set in previous relationships?
Oh gosh.
And can you still fuck men? Is that still one of the boundaries?
I just don't. If I'm in a relationship where I'm like, hey, we're gonna do this. This is you and I walking together in this world, and we're gonna grow together and be an amazing couple. I don't want to. I don't want to fuck other guys. I mean, I was even using my ex. He was my OnlyFans dick, and I was happy with it. I loved it. And I feel like the longer you've been in a relationship and you're with your said person, the sex just gets more amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, yeah, I love it.
So did you stop mainstream porn? Are you just doing OnlyFans now? Or do you still do mainstream?
I still do mainstream. I love
Okay.
it. Not as much. I shoot about 4 to 5 times a month, and that's good for me. Just I want the traffic from the bigger companies.
1,000%.
And then I'd rather focus my time on OnlyFans and content creation because content is king.
Yeah. So if you're in a relationship, do you take a break from mainstream porn, or does that not count?
No, we definitely talk about that.
Okay.
We definitely talk about that. Hey, this is what I'm doing. And
this is work. This is
100%. And a real strong, secure man is not going to, he's going to be like, he's not going to tell me, oh, you can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as long as I'm open and honest, and I've always been that way with any guy, I'm very open and honest about everything. If you don't like it, kick rocks. And it's always the older guys. They have the biggest problem with it. So see you later. See you later, oldies.
So do you have any crazy on-set experiences? Any crazy stories from a porn set that you could tell us?
Oh, God.
Anything that stands out over the years?
I mean, I've had so many. Jesus. I know he passed away, so I won't say his name, but there was this one guy. It was like when I first got in the business in like 2006. And he took me to the side and he was like, hey, he's like, I love it when women pee on me. And I was just like, ooh, that's like so degrading. Like, I don't know. I'm like, that's weird. Like, of everything I can fucking do to you, you want me to pee on you. And one thing about me, still to this day, I have major pee fright. Like, I can't even pee in front of anyone. Like my dogs.
That's same to me. Like, I can't pee like when other people are around. Like I can come on girls all day, but when it comes to peeing, like I'm like, can you leave,
yeah.
please?
Can you run the water? Like something. And I felt so bad because I was so new. It was like, I think it was maybe my third scene ever. And I was like, all right, I can do this. And I remember like squatting over him.
Oh, so you actually pissed on him?
I tried to, but I couldn't do it. And I felt so bad. I was like,
was this before the actual scene that he wanted this to happen?
Yeah, it was like, he literally pulled me aside and brought me to the bathroom. And he laid down. He wanted it. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't do it. Like, I just couldn't force myself to pee. And I drink. I mean, as you see, I drink so much water. I'm a huge water drinker. And I was like, bro, I can't pee on you. I am so sorry. I felt bad.
Is squirt pee?
Yes. It's piss. 100%.
Is it all piss?
I don't want to say all of it because I have been so turned on where it's like a little bit will come out. But when you're seeing the scenes, like I was actually in one of my very first scenes. It was probably like my first few years in like 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. I was in Evil Angels Super Squirters.
Super Squirters, yeah.
Yeah, and I did that scene, and it was actually played in front of a federal grand jury because that was when everything was going down where it was pissing, which is, Visa and MasterCard. You cannot piss. There can't be, oh God, what else?
Scat play.
Scat, bestiality. Blood, is another one. And so my scene was played in front of a federal grand jury.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you there for that or you just kind of...
I wish I was.
Oh my God.
That would have been so awesome.
Wait, man, we need to put your hand on the Bible before you're on a testimony.
Like, let's go. Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay, because I've been a squirter since day one. Almost every time I come, I had to train myself to stop squirting because a lot of men think it's gross. But I don't want to pee on people. I don't want to ruin my mattress with piss.
Yeah. The girls, I mean, every time I've been on set, they have gallon jugs and they're chugging it or they're chugging Pedialyte and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, it's fucking piss.
There's been some scenes too, like squirt scenes where they'll actually like squirt with the douche like water in their vagina, so it's like you pull the dick out and they're like just shooting it out.
That was my first scene.
Yeah, those ones are hard. That's tough.
Oh, it was easy.
Oh, like they put a douche bottle.
Yeah, they squeeze water inside and they get like the close angle and like the guy pulls his dick out and it's like squirt.
Yeah,
it's just weird. It's weird. It's not. It's
very weird.
It's weird. I'm gonna say it's just a weird situation. So not normal.
Do you guys think porn sets way unrealistic expectations for sex in real life?
Yes.
Do you think it kind of makes men feel really insecure if they're
porn is I'll tell guys, porn is the last place you want to go learn sex.
Yes.
It really 100%. Is because you're setting unreal expectations.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Can they learn off your OnlyFans?
Teach a class.
Yeah, OnlyFans is a little different because it's like more at home sex.
Yeah.
So like the stuff I'm doing for like Brazzers or like kink or whatever, like this is very like high level acrobatic sex.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for my pleasure as much as like, I would be doing it at home. So it's very like, it's performative. Yeah. I tell people we're actors. This is not real. This is not real life.
Yeah.
Do you think
with it? Cosign. Hashtag cosign on that.
Do you think OnlyFans has helped or hurt your ability to get relationships, or at least healthy relationships, where it's like you and the men might have the same morals? Because I feel like a lot of girls have easy times getting relationships without having OnlyFans, but then they're misogynistic, racist, like whatever.
That. I don't know. I'm not really at a point right now where I want to get into a serious relationship. I'm just kind of having fun and working. And, you know, I do have my roster of guys. Like, I do have a top 5 here in Vegas, or I do have one guy. He plays on a certain college team that when he does come to Vegas, I see him. I like those. I like those kind of relationships. But I do feel that men are just very ego driven, and that's okay in some situations. But it's just, I don't know. It's always the younger guys. They think it's awesome. They're like, fuck yeah, rock on. Like, you're making money. You're doing boss moves. Like, they love it. Then I get like a 40-year-old guy and they're like, oh, well, when are you going to get out of this little phase? I'm like, well,
this phase.
It's been
I've been in this phase for 17 years. And I think I'm doing a little better at life right now than you are.
So in these 17 years, who are some of your favorite performers, male and female, that you've worked with?
Oh my gosh. That's a good question. Lucas Frost, I love working with him. We get along. We have really good chemistry. I love his dick too. He's you, of course, even though it's been a while, we should like reach out.
You can do that.
I can add you to my roster.
Oh, let's go.
You can be one of my new booty calls. Oh my gosh. Brandy Love. I love Brandy.
Brandy's amazing.
She was definitely fun. Like, I don't shoot a lot of girl scenes because, to be honest, I'm not really into it one-on-one with women. Yeah. But if there's a dick or whatever, I can get down. And her and I were one-on-one, but it was a really great scene. I think it's just,
Brandy just exudes fucking sex.
Yeah,
like she's
she's really into it. Yeah. And then it was kind of like seeing that she was really into it. I was like, oh, well, I can really get into this. Mm-hmm. And then we both just know what we want, what we're into. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a good day at the office. And we shot for our OnlyFans and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manuel Ferreira, he's amazing.
Legend.
He's a legend. Mike Adriano, Jules Jordan. Those are the ones that kind of stand out to me.
Have you ever worked with Owen Gray?
No, I haven't. Nope.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh, that's my type.
Oh, it is? Okay.
That's my type. 1,000%. I would never work with him just because I'm celibate till further notice.
Ooh, I like it. Get it, girl.
He is like my dream cock and dream fuck.
Okay. I like big boys. I'm trying to think who in porn would be like my dream guy. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that one.
Who's your dream guy? Okay, so Gronk, I guess.
Yeah, Gronk, Nick Bosa, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Who else? AJ Barner. Who else? I'm like, those are the ones that I can think of. Yeah, I'm not going to say the one guy that's on my roster. He's a little cutie. Plays on a certain team. The college. Plays college football. I'm not going to
narrow it down. I'm sure the people on the internet will figure it out somehow.
They're going to figure it out.
College, okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's tens of thousands of guys in space.
Yeah.
So have you ever worked with like dicks in porn? I mean, I'm sure you have, that you're just like, I cannot take this.
Yes, 100%.
Have you ever had to back out of porn sets because you're like, this dick is fucking huge?
Yeah, with Shorty Mac.
Okay.
It was early on when I first started in the industry, probably 2006, 7, 8, somewhere around there. And they put me with him and I was just like we tried and I was like, fuck, like, and it was not going to fit. And I was like, all right, I'm tapping out. It's not going to work. I can't make this thing fit.
Doesn't feel good for the guys either to feel like they're ramming
bottoming out.
Yeah. Like they're just kind of like, yeah, this isn't going to fit. And it's weird. The older I get, I don't like big dicks. I'm like, no.
Average.
And I've gotten to that point too in my career where I can be like, hey, these are the guys that I feel comfortable working with. I know I'm going to have an amazing scene with them. This is what you want. I don't want to have to struggle like the entire scene. I don't want to have to use like a huge bottle of lube. Like, put me with like an average guy. And thank God, shooting MILF scenes, that I'm usually with some of the newer guys where they're just average size and they're fun.
You're not with the big bulls that are just going to fucking
I don't know. Yeah. Like, I'm good.
So when I interviewed Jenna Fox last year, she told me that like during scenes, like if you're eating booty hole or something, like a lot of the time you are eating poop, or like not a lot, but she had to eat poop once because like this girl,
I'm gonna throw up.
This is the scene that she explained to me. A girl was getting anal with this guy, and then afterwards she went to go eat the booty, and then after she's like, oh, I definitely just ate shit. Has anything like that ever happened to you?
No, I would fucking run and cry.
That sounds like the worst experience. Like everything that some of these girls have told me, I mean, it just has turned me off of porn completely.
Adelia, shit happens.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff like behind the scenes in porn.
But here's the thing. I mean,
that's why it's hard for guys because you have to stay hard during all of that.
If I'm doing an anal scene, like, there's been a couple times where like, you know, there's little little residual like poo on your dick, and it's like, yeah, that's ultimate boner killer is like poop
for
dick.
sure. And you have to stay hard and finish.
I have to try to stay hard. Yeah.
Well, if a girl's on her period and has a sponge in, that doesn't feel.
Yeah, no, that's tough too.
Yeah, that's tough because it scrapes your dick.
I can get through that, but poo dick, gotta go wipe, clean, start over again.
Do you start over?
Are you into period sex though? A lot of guys.
I don't prefer it, but you know, if I'm,
it feels good. It looks gross.
It also depends on like where we're doing it. If it's like in my bed, like, I gotta go wash my shit. If it's your bed, fuck it, let's go. Or like a hotel bed all day. But
oh my god.
That's like squirters too. It's like if you're a squirter, we're not fucking in my bed.
Yeah, we're not fucking on my bed. Nope, no way.
We can go on the couch.
This would be great sales for ShamWow, like having a big ShamWow towel just covering every corner of your bed for the squirters, period sex.
Yeah, like everything. Everything.
Do you think, like, how have you seen porn evolve since you've started? Because you've been in porn for a while.
Yeah, a long time. I can say I love shooting MILF stuff now. I absolutely love that. Yeah. I love being able to hand select my guys. And I feel that MILF sex, it's less aggressive. I mean, you're working with younger, hotter guys. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that, but you know, it's just, I get to fuck the pool boy and I'm like, it's more realistic. But I mean, God bless OnlyFans. Now the power is in the performer's hands versus, you know, directors I've never shot an anal scene and I have a big booty. That's what I'm known for. And, you know, people are like, you know, there is still, I don't want to call them fans because I'm like a real fan of mine is to get back, when are you doing anal? Well, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll learn to love it. I don't right now. But OnlyFans is that place where it's like, I'm not going to get canceled. My fans are there for a reason. And, you know, directors and people that don't want to book me because I don't do anal or whatever, it's, oh, well, I can go on my OnlyFans and shoot content for people my fans that love me.
Yeah. I interviewed Dante and Alexis Tay, who are both, like, both have had a lot of anal, and they were like poppers.
What's a popper? Poppers, like you sniff them.
Yeah, like you sniff them, and then your booty hole just relaxes.
It's the gay guys do that. Yeah, I learned that when I had a gay boyfriend. He was my publicist, but I called him my gay boyfriend because we would literally go out and drink wine and just like flirt and hit on men.
Yeah.
He would tell me about poppers.
Do you think your confidence has grown being in the industry for so long and like kind of, for some girls, they feel like they've been so in tune with their sexuality and they've learned so much about themselves. And then other girls feel like they don't like to be just a body and an object for people to like masturbate to. So like what under the spectrum are you on?
It's definitely, my confidence has definitely grown. I feel like when I first got in the business, maybe I was a little too cocky. I was 21 and I was like, whoa, simmer down. You don't know everything yet. Now I do. And especially doing MILF stuff. And being with younger men, like, I'm like, I could teach you. Get over here.
Yeah,
Get over here.
Get
over here.
I like being that alpha. I'm like, get over here. Let me teach you a few things. I love it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything, like any stories you just want to tell? Anything that you're like, this is hilarious?
Oh my gosh. I can't really.
Or any inspirational thoughts?
Inspirational thoughts. Oh my gosh. All the young guys with average cocks, please DM me if you're hot. Not these ugly ones. I feel like some men think I'm like desperate for dick. I'm like, I am not desperate. If I wanted to get laid 7 times a day as women, we could.
Be self-aware.
Yes.
Be self-aware.
Like, be hot. Jesus God.
Do you like dick pics? If they're opening line to you, is a dick pic in the DM?
No, because I don't judge a guy based on their dick. I'm like, I mean, I get a lot of, on my OnlyFans, guys with massive cocks where like lately I've been getting a lot where I'm like, damn, like these guys are fucking
You need
huge.
to start like recruiting guys into porn.
I know. I thought about that. I really
start like a little service there. You know,
I was
like
thinking
dial a dick or
I was
fucking
thinking
dick
about
dash.
doing that, but I don't want to try out that 12-inch dick. I'm good. I'm really
You're just
good.
a recruiter.
Yeah. But it's like I would have to know how they fuck and if they're good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to try out that massive 12-inch dick.
If men are trying to hit on you in the DMs, should they like send pictures in their like baseball uniforms or their football uniforms?
Yes. I mean, I'm already creeping on their if there's
buy Halloween outfits.
Yes. No, because I'm looking. I'm like, where's the pics for the whole team? I want to see what stadium is tagged and like where you guys practice, where you go to school. I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just sweet lines, like just a sweet little pickup line, just something to grab my attention. I'm like, all right. You know, and then just be smooth. Don't be a weirdo. Yeah, don't send me dick pics either. And you know, Instagram monitors that. I'm like,
They do.
yeah.
yes,
They do.
I'm like, I get so mad. If you send me a dick pic on Instagram, I will fucking block you. I'm like, because they monitor that. And then
Even if you don't accept the message, that you get in trouble.
I don't know about that, but I do know.
I've gotten like flagged for sending dick pics before.
Oh, you were doing them on Instagram? You bad boy.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like,
Oh.
she was like, she sent me like naked pics, and I was like, all right, here's mine. And then it's like this. I was like,
But
wait, you're flagging my
hot
DMs?
enough- you're hot enough that you don't need to.
I should
send
be like,
dick
I should be like,
pics.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
Google it,
Hot
I
enough,
know.
like
I put in a
feel
little
like-
extra effort for that one. I was like, she's hot. I'll send her a personal
Yeah.
pic.
I feel like, yeah, guys, I like being teased. I'm like, send me one in like a towel, gray sweatpants. I like that.
What if I like the funny nudes? Like he has a boner and he has like a towel over that.
Oh,
And it's just,
really?
like I feel like that'd be hilarious. I get turned on by that.
I had a guy one time, he had a Frenchie and he sent me one. You would probably do this. He was holding up his Frenchie like over his dick. But I was like, that's a horrible way to like hold your dog. Like, cause Frenchies, mine are cannonballs. They're like, mine are like 35 pounds each. And he's like holding it up under its front arms. So I was like, oh, that poor dog. Dickhead.
Just
Yeah.
to take a picture, like, oh, I love dogs.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, I already liked you because you have a Frenchie, but that's a
You just
horrible way
overdid
to
it there,
hold
buddy.
your dog.
All right, awesome. Well, plug your social media, plug everyone where to find you.
Yeah, I am verified everywhere, so do not get catfished. Twitter, @Richelle Ryan. Instagram, only Richelle Ryan, both verified. Don't get catfished. Oh, and join my OnlyFans.
What's your OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.com/Richelle Ryan.
Woo. It's Deelz.com for everything.
And I am on Instagram @Spencer Michael Barrick. On Twitter, I am the Damon Dice. And if you want to find the freaky shit, go to OnlyFans. It's Damon Dice 8.
I love it.
Woo.
See ya.